It's unfathomable and unimaginable for most of us around the world what the Gazans are living through every single day of their lives. It is a veritable nightmare, a living hell. And as Yusuf just told us, that every day they wake up, it's a new life for them because they don't know if they will wake up alive tomorrow. Let's get you some more updates on this story. Israel's military has been dropping leaflets in Gaza offering protection and financial rewards to Palestinians who contact them with any actionable information about the hostages. Many of the leaflets were torn up immediately by the residents of Gaza. The move underlines the difficulties facing the Israeli government as it tries to reconcile its stated aim to crush Hamas with saving the lives of as many hostages as possible. So far, 4 female hostages have been released after negotiations brokered by Qatar, which is also believed to be trying to reach a deal whereby 50 more dual nationals held by Hamas could be released soon. The Israeli military is using surveillance, special forces, raids and interrogation of captured members of Hamas to draw up a picture of where the captives, including infants, children and elderly civilians, as well as male and female soldiers, are being held. Meanwhile, in a deepening polarization of the Israel-Hamas conflict and the high cost of human life in Gaza, Israel has blocked visas for UN officials following comments made by Secretary General Antonio Guterres, where he appealed for a ceasefire and said clear violations of international humanitarian law are taking place in Gaza. Guterres had also said the Hamas attacks on Israel did not happen in a vacuum and that there had been 56 years of a suffocating occupation. He added, but the grievances of the Palestinian people cannot justify the appalling attacks by Hamas, and those appalling attacks cannot justify the collective punishment of the Palestinian people. The UN chief has now issued a statement saying his previous statement had been distorted and misinterpreted. Meanwhile, Guterres has also described the 50 or so aid trucks that have travelled across from the Rafah border crossing with Egypt since Saturday as a drop of aid in an ocean of need.
I am shocked by the misrepresentations by some of my statement yesterday in the Security Council, as if I was justifying acts of terror by Hamas. This is false. It was the opposite. In the beginning of my intervention yesterday, I clearly stated, and I quote, I have condemned unequivocally the horrifying and unprecedented 7 October acts of terror by Hamas in Israel. Nothing can justify the deliberate killing, injuring, and kidnapping of civilians or the launching of rockets against civilian targets. Unquote. Indeed, I spoke of the grievances of the Palestinian people. And in doing so, I also clearly stated, and I quote, but the grievances of the Palestinian people cannot justify the appalling attacks by Hamas.
Bir terör örgütü değil, topraklarını ve vatandaşlarını koruma mücadelesi veren, evet, bir kurtuluş ve bir mücahitler grubu.
The state of Qatar condemns the collective punishment policy against the Gaza Strip and its residents. Even today, there are 2.3 million Palestinians deprived of their basic needs like water, food, medicine, and electricity, and this is a flagrant breach of the laws. We are sure that the only way to reach a peaceful agreement and direct to this crisis is to keep all communication channels open with all the relevant parties, and that the solution for this crisis needs continuous communication and quick response to lessen the deterioration of the situation. And we value all the regional, international, and UN efforts in this regard.